I have no idea how many stops I've missed out right now. But that's that one opened as well. Reopened. So that was nice. Nice and stressful. Redoing all the bus lines. And in that time we've actually got a little bit of money back. Wrong part of the city. Here we go. Alright, how much money do monorail stops cost? The simple ones. 300. So I could put a couple in. But one on each side of the road here. One there. One there. Of course there's the cost of the new trains as well, which I haven't factored in just yet. One there and one there. Could just about afford that. You'll see what I mean by new trains in a minute for those of you who are sitting there scratching your heads right now. Although actually maybe I don't need new trains. We shall see. We shall see. It depends how popular this route is, of course. Might just stick with the same principle of lots of small trains running regularly rather than big trains running constantly. Or, well, constantly. Frequently, but not too much. By the way, guys, congratulations. You have successfully watched, what is this, 26 minutes of video so far. And counting, because it doesn't look like this video is going to end anytime soon. So apologies for that. I'm going to move these over a road. These two stops. I've wasted money. Shouldn't do that when we're at this kind of economic time. Ooh. Yeah, do you know what, actually? Screw it. We'll stagger these again, of course. Come on, break 300. There we go. I don't like the way that one is a lot shorter than that one. That physically bothers me, that. Don't really know what I could do about it, though. I'd love to build a station on top of this road junction here. I think that'll look cool, even if we end up getting rid of the house underneath it by mistake. I couldn't care less about that. How's our money looking now, by the way? Trolley's making us a fair whack, actually. The bus is starting to get back. Oops. Forgot I closed down that window when I open up the other one. There we go. Right, so I can afford that now. Oh, we kept the house. That's cool. Should I put one? I want to put one here. I know that for a fact. Right on top of this road. Although I wanted to rebuild this road first of all. I can smell another loan coming. There we go. Expensive, I know, but it's worth it in the long run. Right, avenues. What's this avenue over here? It's parking. I suppose I can keep that one going. 2 lanes and then parking. But I've got to start it at this end. So let's rebuild this stretch first. So it's 2 lanes and parking, like that. So we lose all those buildings, but we gain some new ones in doing that. Right, 1, 2, 3. Then that comes over to here, and then it curves around like this. In fact, at this point, where like that, and then 1, 2, 3, back down. We would need to avoid tunnels at all costs. So, like that is cool. And then that is cool. And then to there is cool. And then round and connect like that is awesome. Look at that. It's a fantastic new road. And it leads right into this part of the city. And then the highway kind of joins it as like a woohoo kind of thing. Then that rises up and over. Oh yes, we got new buildings already, and they are all schools. Make of that what you will, people. Make of that what you will. But we can now put this monorail stop on top, like that. Nice little tree that for some reason has to run straight through the middle of our monorail track. I believe I can put a stop there. Meh, I have now. I want to build this road here too. Goes like this, loops round, rejoins there like that. Put a stop. There. Okay, that looks like the orange line ready to go again. There's a bit of a gap between. If I could fill that gap, I could put another stop. There. There we go. So this is going to be the new orange line. I believe we have to start all the way from the beginning again. Yes, we do. But that is absolutely fine. So we stop there. We are going to carry on stopping at this stop. We are going to. Might as well. We're going to stop here. And there. And there. And then we cross the bridge into the new part of the line. See, I didn't want to do this with the monorail originally. But now I have done it, I feel like it was the best option. I think it was a very good idea. If it works, of course. If it doesn't work, if it's a commercial failure, then I think I'll blame you guys for that, for not talking me out of it sooner. That sounds only fair to me. Okay, so we have another stop there, and there, and there. Final stop here. Back into the hub, stop there, and then back to depot. How are we timetabling this? One every hour? Seems fair. We'll see how it runs first up. If it gets more popular, we'll put bigger trains or maybe run it more frequently. Let's grab hold of that train there. Monorail train 16. Have a look, see how it does. You can see it's empty at this point. Speed up time. This goes over the old section. I can see it getting popular there, where it meets the metro. I can see that being a popular interchange again. See if we could put a bus or a trolley or something down there as well, because that'd be pretty cool. In fact, the trolley line there is getting more popular too, so that's good to see. We come over the river into the new part of the city. Not many people waiting in this direction, but a fair few waiting to go in the opposite direction. I really do like the way it runs through that corridor there. It's got trees either side and it's got houses as well. I think that looks really, really nice. Monorails, I think, are the most beautiful looking form of transport on this game. I suppose buses are pretty neat as well. Minimal construction work needed for bus lines, that's why I like them. But I think just monorails, the way they glide through, and you can build these really curly lines going between buildings, I think that looks quite nice. Right, the good news is we are starting to pick up passengers now. And that is very good news for us. So we got more passengers joining there. As we curve back into the main part of this area of the city. We're into double figures, we're up to 13, which is good. Passengers are unhappy, but then that might be due to the fact the line was closed for so long, rather than they're bored waiting. Although, maybe overcrowding is a problem as well. Well, it says vehicle was late. How do they know when the vehicle was due? It's only timetabled for when the first vehicle arrives at the first stop. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, there's no room on this train anymore for these people. That's not a good sign. I have a fair idea of what we're going to have to do for the monorail now. Fair idea. For all three lines as well. So that's going to be interesting. Do you know what? I might as well stick that in this episode as well. Why the heck not? We'll have a bonus edition. Right. Lots of passengers lost there as they transferred to the other monorail lines. Yes, we are going to have to jig this around a little bit. Even this stop is quite popular. I was not expecting to see that. There's not many waiting to go in the opposite direction yet. And I emphasise the word yet. Okay, what have we got? We have 3 monorail lines. Tangerine, Nectarine and Orange. Let's do the Tangerine line first. We're going to copy it from the Cobalt line. We're going to keep vehicle sizes. In fact, we'll just keep it at any. Right, weekend. We're going to keep those at an hour. And night, we're going to keep those at an hour. We're going to keep these sizes at any. Like that. Okay, so that's the tangerine line done. Now we're going to do the nectarine line. We're going to copy from tangerine line. So a monorail train every half an hour during the day. Like so. There we go. And now we're going to go to the monorail depot, which of course is over here. We're going to go into trains and we're going to get rid of every single one of them. There they all go. All 25 of them. The reason for that is we're going to buy. Now these are good, but they're expensive. Let me pause the game. I can't pause the game for a second. These ones are good. The Hannah by Challenger. They're good ones. Or there's these ones, which are pretty good. Cheap to run. Not cheap to buy. I think we're going to have to... Okay. Okay, I've got a good idea. 10 of the big ones. And then we'll go for 10 of the next size down. And then we'll go for 10 of these ones. And then it all comes down to whatever time of day it is. We're going to end up with lots more people running around here now. And if we look at the buses as well, you can see they're nicely running through that waypoint now, which is absolutely fantastic to see. And then once these lights go green, they'll jig over to their correct stop. As soon as the lights go green. Any time when the lights go green. There we go. They'll just slink over to their correct stop, pick up their passengers, and then off they go on their loop. One more thing I did want to do was build a new... Well, actually, I want to completely rebuild this depot entrance from here, because this is horrific. So let's see if I can pause the game and do that. So it's a 3x2. There we go. Let's try that again. Is it 5 underground? I believe it is 5. Let's have it go like this. It needs to run straight to start with. Like that, and then... Okay, hang on, I can do this. I don't mind it curving sharply here. Oh wow. Like... Okay, that's ugly. Like this, perhaps? I didn't really give myself much space when I built this, did I? It's just the way it has to... Oh, hang on. That's turned out okay. How's that looking here? That's not too bad, actually. And then the final thing I want to do is get rid of the trolley wires here and get rid of the tram track here. This is probably gonna screw up, but I'm gonna put tram tracks on this bit like this. No, that's fine. And then when it comes to here, I want to put them like that. It's a bit kinked underground there, but that's not much of an issue. And then build like that, and then trolley wires. Oh, I need to rebuild the wires, and the tracks coming the other way as well. So I'll have to do that in a minute. Like this, and then they'll go straight over onto this side like that. Run underground. That one like that. and then connect up like that, and then this way they'll go like that. Quite a steep slope actually. I didn't quite realise how steep that was. Oh wow. Ah, screw it. I can't be bothered to change that now. I've done my bit. And then that one will connect like that. And then the track. Wow, this is going to be a really long episode. Those of you who have asked me in the past for long episodes, I hope you watch this one to the bitter end now. I'm not going to be very happy otherwise. Certainly want to know why. Right. So that's all that section rebuilt. The last thing I wanted to do, I was talking about this before, was get rid of these conflicting movements. Is there a way, for example, that I could build like a bus lane that comes out from here? Something like that, but I can't see that working. Hopefully if everything else fixes itself around this area, then that won't be too much of a problem. It's just the number of trams we're going to have running through here. It's going to be immense. If I unpause this now, we see all these vehicles that were under there disappearing. I can't get over how steep this slope is now. That looks horrendous. Mind you, it's hidden by trees, I suppose, until you get to here. Tram line 5, the alizarin line, is still connected, isn't it? Let me just check. That's all connected on that side. Comes back into the depot via that one. Ah! I did forget one. I forgot that one. And I also forgot that one. I suppose I forgot that one too. There's a real mishmash of wires going on here. That's quite something. Okay. So we've got all the different monorail trains coming out now to do their loops. Change one more thing quickly. Tangerine and nectarine. We're going to keep these at large for during the daytime. Large, large, and large, like that. Just to, because you know these parts of the city, up this end here, and especially with this line, with the way it goes, you can see here especially this vehicle is full. There'll be another one pretty close behind it. Wow, look at the traffic here. That is incredible. It just goes to show, doesn't it? Even with the transport network that we've got, this traffic, oh my goodness, that is immense. It is all because of these traffic lights here. If I was to get rid of these traffic lights, or even better, if I was to get rid of the road that caused these traffic lights, like for instance if I was to turn this into a one-way street, turn that one into a one-way street as well, a four-way one-way street. So we'll do that, and we'll do that, and then let's, just because we can, turn that into a 3-lane turn off, and we'll make that a straight line. Let's see what difference that makes with regards to where vehicles then run to. And I suppose, because we've got traffic all the way along here as well. Why are they waiting here? These cars should be waiting for these ones to go through. Wow, you can see how quickly actually the traffic builds up again. If I made that into a one-way road as well, in fact that gets rid of traffic lights completely. But if I made this into a one-way street that went off in that direction, you see there's no traffic lights. But if I make it go this direction, there's traffic lights. So the best thing to do is, that's a one-way street as well, so we'll turn all of this into a one-way street too. And now we have a huge junction here where cars can just come straight off and straight through without actually having to worry about stopping. And it's only when they get to this set of traffic lights here that they need to worry about stopping. But all of this congestion here will now start to die down because of that, and then all of this congestion here will start to die down because of that. And in the other direction, over this side, it's all because of this junction here and how it's all traffic lights. But again, that can be gotten rid of. Let's make it come over here instead. Let's see what that does. So we'll get rid of that, and then we'll go expressway, 3 lanes. Select it. We can have it come in like that, or we can have it loop back a little bit. So we'll have it come up like this, down and round like this, and then down and round like that. Has that got an arrow pointing left? It has. Let's try that. See how that gets on. We'll go back in this direction. Still a little bit of traffic build up going on. Don't really know why. Seems to be all phantom. I think it's just cars changing lanes. If we speed up time a little bit. There's just a lot of stop-start going on at the moment. See, cars here are quite happy running off in their direction now. And they're coming off here quite nicely and going into their individual lanes. So that's cool to see. Everything over here seems to be getting sorted. Might turn that into a one-way street at some point as well. In fact, I'll do that now quickly before I forget. And then that'll end pretty much all of the congestion around this part of the city. There we go. Right. This episode is actually coming up to an hour. So I might as well make this episode an hour. One thing I am going to do though, which you wouldn't normally see me do in an episode, is save, because given these episodes are normally 15 minutes long, I'd have saved 3 times by now. So I'm going to do that quickly. Then we're going to look at final improvements we can make to the city in this one episode. Right, so traffic is starting to be held up here again because of these traffic lights. Not really sure what we can do to get rid of that problem though. Apart from get rid of the traffic lights. There's not many pedestrians there at this moment in time. So that might not be such a terrible idea. But we'll leave that to run along a bit more and see. Wow, traffic is starting to build up again. How's traffic doing down this end now? There's a bit of a queue, but then this slip road is long enough that it's not a massive issue. Although there's a queue here at these traffic lights, which is causing a problem. In fact, it's this set of traffic lights here that's causing the biggest problem. Might move this junction. Have it come over here perhaps. There's a bit of traffic building up along here. This road, of course, is the one that runs along all the way along here. Wow. Look at these buildings that are springing up. There's tenements and all sorts springing up now. They're all tenements. And then there's 4 schools in a row. There's apartments, tenements, another school, high school, and then over here you've got this new area with buildings springing up along here, and monorail stops along the way. This monorail is actually doing better than I thought it would, especially in this direction. The number of people waiting to get on board. That's very encouraging. That is very encouraging. And how are we doing over here where it meets the metro? Yeah, 113 people waiting to go back. Not sure how I can alleviate that problem, actually. Not really sure. Wow, there's a lot of people using the metro here as well, in the hundreds. The population of the city has risen incredibly, and the result of that is, look how many people are waiting to use the metro at all these different stops. Metro expansion is on the cards for the next episode, I think. I'm starting to get that idea in my head. I'm temporarily abandoning the idea of new tramline outputs, just for the time being, until I can think of a viable way of doing it. You know, unless it comes out like 2 streets away and rolls in. Just so it doesn't have to go around this loop, because it was a good idea at the start, but you can see now with the number of vehicles we've got travelling through, it starts to become an issue. And it also means I can get rid of this crescent moon shape here and bring these paths in as separate separate paths, and then I might not need the traffic lights here at all. We'll see about that one. But this is very encouraging to see just how many people are using our metro service, because the metro service gets forgotten, I feel. It sort of gets left behind with everything else that's going on, and all the expansion that's going on with the tram and the new trolley line that's being built. It's definitely becoming more and more popular. The number of people waiting at each stop is extraordinarily high. The numbers sort of differ over at this section, where it's sort of like the halfway point. Well, it's not even the halfway, it's the third way point, but it's where the massive interchange is with the 2 tram lines as well. It's popular again over here. I'm just looking into whether it's viable to start lengthening trains, but at this part here, maybe not. As we get towards this part of the city again, maybe. Although I haven't seen a train running that's full. Like that one, you could still fit 34 people, I think, on that train. So that's another station's worth at least. What I am looking at, though, is, especially for Emerald and Jade, is taking this down to an hour. An hour across for all of these. Like so, and then weekends I'm happy with, and night I'm happy with. But all of these, take them down. Oops. 1 every hour. I've got money if I need to buy more power cars, so that's not a problem. There we go. Get more trains running frequently. Might end up actually getting more passengers waiting at stops as well, because I know another train will be arriving shortly. So what are we at now? We're at midnight, so we're not going to have any huge amounts of trains running at this stage. In fact, one thing I did want to do with all 4 of these lines, let's do one at a time, actually, so that I don't mess it up. Let's get this one up. I want to get rid of this bit here where it feels it has to come into this section and loop round in order to stop back here. So we're going to go into this metro track. Is there really no waypoint for metro? There is not. There is for tram though, isn't there? No, there is not. Well, that's annoying. I know why. Doy. I'm in completely the wrong section. That'll be why. Godoy. So we'll have one there in that direction, and we'll have one there in that direction. Let's get rid of that for a second. Just make sure they're in roughly the right place. Yeah, that looks cool to me. Okay, so we're going to get this up, and we're going to get rid of depot and P4 temporarily, and we're going to go stop. Wait, where's stop 23? You're P4, aren't you? Yes. Stop 23. That must be this one. That is stop 23. So I then want it to run straight into... Ah, that'll be why. Someone didn't look at that properly. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Well, that one's going to have to carry on as it was. Damn, that's annoying. So that's the emerald line. The jade line. It's probably going to be the same problem, isn't it? Yes, it seems to be the same problem. Okay. Maybe it'll just be these ones then. Although that one does fine by itself. Do any of these do it? This one does. Okay, fantastic. How does it do it? Well, that stop is unassigned. So let me... Right. There and there. And then we'll have it run through like that. And then it stops there. And then it goes back to depot. Okay, brilliant. That's a lot better. There's actually more trains than what can fit in the depot at the moment as well, which is interesting, because I thought we were on a shortage, but apparently we're not. And also, whilst I'm here, I'm just going to have another... I'm going to keep the waypoints there, because they're going to come in handy for when we expand the metro. Right, guys, we've pretty much hit an hour now, so this episode is going to end. We've fixed a lot of things in this episode, though. We've fixed the monorail, the orange line. That's now extended and running very nicely, I must say. We have also extended the... I know we didn't extend anything else. We adjusted the tram lines, although that might have been in the last episode. I can't even remember that now. We fixed the bus lines so that the trolley line now runs smoothly and the buses run alongside. That's the other thing we did, of course. We rebuilt the depot entrance road. And actually that doesn't look too bad. And no one's going to be on board when they go out that ramp, so that's fine. We could probably remove those traffic lights, but there's no need to right now. We've got queues of vehicles waiting to go into the depots, but that's fine. Also, might also be worth looking at running vehicles regularly all day every day, but I'll do that off camera. And the final thing we did was adjusted the metro slightly. Right, so yes, I'm going to end this episode here, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for those of you who have watched all of this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.